Did I mention the mining drones we found last episode will give us better mining at some point? Yeah, they totally will. And we're lithoids. We live on rocks, so that's a W. Hello, Legion. This is Hadrian. Thank you for being here. Let's play some more Stellaris Toxoids in our Heralds of the Dark Nova series. This is the asteroid that the mining drones are hanging out around, and we're still just in a kind of state of constant paranoia as we begin this episode, wondering why the heck the game is being so nice to us. But, you know, we'll try to not complain about it too much and just move forward to the best of our ability. The armed vessel discovered in orbit of GF-53K14 is an abandoned military spacecraft called Nefri's Pride. Its light frame and evasion hardware suggest it was built for long-distance patrol missions, but it has since been retrofitted into a long-range stealth bomber. Records of the ship's comms reveal it was hijacked by a rebel guerrilla on its way to perform a strike against a secret complex called the X-Fan Labs, said to hold a weapon so powerful it could win them the war when they were shot down. We have extracted the ship's destination from its navigational drive. Send a science crew to the lab.
Situation log updated.
All right, so the X-Fan Labs, I believe, are... Yeah, so they're in the Nendi system. This science ship is still on the way to... Oh no, they've already started excavating. So why don't I... Yeah, let's bring one of these back. We've already got a science ship investigating there, so I'm going to take this one. And we're going to use that science ship to research the X-Fin Labs, and then I'll put them back on automatic surveying. Grimboss, what can you do? I'm going to go ahead and sell some alloys here. Fairly soon, I will no longer have to do this quite so much. But for now, I'm just trying to get things built up to the point that I no longer have to do it all the time. I hate to be selling down these surpluses of alloys that I keep building up, because alloys can be used to build my star bases. But we're still in that early stage of the game where building up a base amount of energy and mineral production is handy. Magnetic disruption. The strong magnetic field around Tarkstein has always caused some problems with electronic instruments on the surface, but recently the effect on our computers has been especially notable. So far, it is unknown what has caused this flare-up, although we suspect it to be temporary. So magnetic disruption modifier added for 5 years, giving the following effects. Doesn't appear to have any effects, actually. It says it's upsetting the populace.
System survey complete.
Interesting. I wonder if that's a bug. It might be that there's something happening that's just not being shown by the tooltips. Not sure. All right, so there's a colony ship being built that's going to go to Eurobdar 5. But we also have this Alpine world here. Now, of course, that Alpine world has the exofungus infestation that we learned about in previous episodes, so that's going to be problematic when we get to it. Let's see. If I build these individual stations, that'll improve our mining output. I'm kind of tempted to build another science ship so that we can continue exploring out in this direction. It wouldn't be the worst thing in the world. Now let's go ahead and do it. Wait, what do we have here? Evading hostile fleet. Where? What did you encounter? I'm guessing miners. They have to have been miners. Yeah, I'm almost certain they're miners. Okay. So that colony ship is going to finish building, and then the science ship will build a lot faster.
Research complete.
Go ahead and build that mining station, please. Or those 2 mining stations. Society research from brain drones has been increased. Very good. I also have some additional... Remember, there are some pops on my home planet that I can still free. We looked at that a couple of episodes back, so I haven't forgotten about those either. We just had other things to spend our minerals on. What could be more important than your own people, Hadrian? I know. I'll get there. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and just research this blocker. Blockers are something that can tend to, like, be research that hangs out for a while. So why not go ahead and eliminate that as a source of trouble? Okay, so you were exploring. Yeah, we can't actually get past Sirbon on account of the mining drones. So let me go ahead and send the fleet to knock them out. Should be done relatively soon. Meanwhile, I'll have this ship continue to explore in this direction. All right, so here's our new science ship. No leader assigned. We can change that quickly. Oh, nice. Archaeology excavation speed. Perfect. So let's take you. Do I have another archaeological site? No, I don't. I do have this Ganvian civilization, which we're now studying. This is one of the things that's going to be really exciting. Maybe we're not studying them yet. Hang on. Yeah, build observation post. I don't know why I didn't get that option a little bit sooner, but hang on. Maybe that's changed. It used to be that it was a little bit more obvious that you had something to build there. You would see like a science modifier, but I guess they've removed that. Anyway, as I was going to say, what's exciting about this is what's going to change in the upcoming story pack. They're going to add a lot more context. It's going to be focused on more positivity. They've had a fair number of runs here that have had a little bit darker motif with the DLC specifically. So the new expansions, we had Nemesis, we had Overlord. It's based on destroying the galaxy and ruling over your neighboring empires and other spacefaring governments. Whereas now we're focused on a DLC that's going to be focused on, hey, let's have like first contact with an alien race, and maybe it'll go well, maybe it'll go poorly. But there's a bit more of a utopian focus, which that's kind of a cool shift because, of course, the very first expansion to Stellaris was Utopia back in the day. And that was a very bright beginning for the game and for the DLC chain. So that's cool that they're going in that direction. My energy surplus has evaporated, so we're going to need to make sure that we balance that out. All right, the Gruner Ruins. We've started our investigation of this. Decoded ancient data crystals have been found at the dig site chronicling the Gruner's military exploits. While most are local and of little interest, several volumes detail the Gruner's first encounter with an alien species referred to as the Baal organism. Little more can be gleaned about the Baal at this point, save they were a massive plantoid species with a mushroom-like, maybe, and had many colonies seeded among the stars. Enticing. Keep digging. So that's an archaeological event that we're looking at there. It does seem like it would probably be a good idea. Let's go ahead and sell some of our alloys and buy just enough to get an energy district going on Ullyxr. I can build some mining stations as well. As a matter of fact, I'm going to do that right now on Alcade 5. Alcade 5. And also, momentarily, I will do it, on Alcade the Star itself. Or rather, over Alcade the Star, not on Alcade the Star. That wouldn't go well. Encounter in Stimsys. Uh-oh. We have made first contact with mysterious aliens in the Stimsys system. Interesting. What have we got? All right. This is our first actual alien empire. Humanoid ship model. All right. The MEM aliens, or rather, the Omicron aliens. So let's go ahead and assign an envoy to the first contact process and find out more. That's not good. The fact that we're seeing that's not good at all. That's 10 kinds of bad. So we need to get Stimsys locked down. That's exactly what I was afraid of at the end of the last episode. So, improved deflectors. These updated deflector screens are capable of soaking up even more punishment before they overload. Good. Good timing. Couldn't have been in a better time. So, Hyperdrive 2, probably a good idea. Research speed plus 5%, though, seems like an even better one. So, we've got this science ship heading to the Exfin Labs. Tell you what, why don't you, even before you do that, why don't you survey Meneth? Because if we can add that to our territory sooner than later, I will be very happy about it. We're going to add a starbase in Stimsys. while we investigate this situation. This is very interesting. It's been more episodes than I expected waiting for this situation. Oh yes, we also have these guys. So why don't you work on the Exfin Labs? And then auto-explore. I forgot that I didn't give them an order. All right, this is going to be an Ascension perk. Very good. So, one choice here. Hive districts produce an additional housing unit, so that's quite good. And now we can select a perk. We can improve our encryption here, make it harder to be hacked, and also we will not be, any technology we drop from being defeated will not lead to enemies being able to research our technology. Transcendent Learning, Executive Vigor. So this is the Edicts Fund kind of cap increase that I mentioned, modifying my understanding of a few episodes back. One Vision. That's tempting too because we are a hive mind, so the additional unity will help us continue to accelerate through the tradition tree. Grasp the Void, Starbase Capacity +5, Interstellar Dominion, Starbase Influence Cost, Claim Influence Cost. That almost seems like it might be a really good idea because I still feel like I'm trying to lock down as much territory as I can as quickly as I can, given how well things have worked out for us here. So it's like one of Interstellar Dominion, Technological Ascendancy for the research speed bonus, or the One Vision bonus. Yeah, let's go for One Vision. We are a hive mind. It makes sense to go for something that would promote unity as much as possible. From a narrative standpoint, that makes the most sense to me. Okay, so we're going to see what's going on with those guys. What else can we do here? Not much. Although I can add the Nuprin system to my territory, so let's do that. Just so that they don't get in here and try and start taking more along this edge. I just want to have it completely locked down as soon as possible. All right, good. So that is underway. That construction ship is already going to build this particular... Wait. Okay, yeah. I saw that frame there and I was like, are they already building one? But that's mine. That's the one that I've queued up. So they're investigating this system. We're about to kick them out. We are receiving a weak signal from the surface of this planet, Lytiran 3. The source appears to be some kind of tracking beacon. Research, please. Find out more. I would like to know. Aliens. Reports of the deep space drones previously encountered have been investigated closer. The drones appear to be the workers and custodians of an autonomous orbital mining operation established millennia ago and then soon abandoned by all but the drones themselves, judging by the state of the processing equipment. The drones possess powerful mining lasers and make obviously threatening, if not outright hostile, overtures toward Ullyxr vessels when approached. They may only be old drones, but they should be kept under close watch by the Ullyxr Collective. Understood. So we're going to gain some influence from this, which is good. That will help us lock down more systems faster. And we get the drone study project, which I'm going to go ahead and do. That will put our current research on hold, which is a mining station boost, and that's fine. Notice our energy production is back in the black. So that's good. And we also are now observing the aliens on Eurobdar 4.
Rocking up to enemy fleet.
All right, how's this going? Ancient survey marker. A small short-range transmitter has been located on the surface of Lytiran 3. It appears to be an ancient survey marker placed here eons ago to mark a large deposit of precious metals. The miners it was meant for evidently never arrived, as the deposit is still there. Fascinating. Cool. All right, so we're here to annihilate these miners. Let's see how well this goes. This is just one of several mining groups in the area, so one of them's already died. We aren't being hurt very much at all. They don't have shields. We do. They have armor. That's it. Yeah, they don't stand a chance. All right, let's go back up to speed 2. An archaeological site in Emperor. Really? That was fast? Hold on. The Baal organism. Data crystal records reveal that the Grunor waged war against the Baal, desiring the plentiful resources purportedly found on their planets. A set of system coordinates has been successfully extracted from one such record. Our archaeologists are uploading the planet's location to our systems now. Perhaps a closer investigation of Euscoria 3 will prove fruitful. So there's a special project on Euscoria 3 now. I remember this. It gives you like a chain of additional projects. Interesting. Okay, so Euscoria is over here. So you're investigating the X-Men labs. Why don't you go ahead and... Yeah, you research that. That's fine. Okay, I can't change this queue right now, which is frustrating, because I want them to keep doing that. So I'll have to keep an eye on them, wait for that to be finished. Actually, no. I'm just going to have this scientist go right now and just do it. First thing, and then they'll come back and keep doing those anomalies. It's my best option for the time being. Okay, so we have some additional mining drones, a much more powerful group of them in Lasath, which is frustrating. But I want to check out the ones... Ooh, that's also a powerful group in Escant. Dang. Okay, well, shoot. Let's have the science ship come back and research that debris. And then I want you to survey Benami. Then come back and survey that system you're in now, and then continue auto-exploring. Build those mining stations, yep. And research station, yep. So we're starting to get to a situation where we are in a little bit better place. And it doesn't look like Meneth is controlled yet by this alien race that we're just now establishing first contact with. So that's good. We need to try and beat them to Meneth if we can. Pause. All right, good. We can now clear that blocker. Oh, speaking of blockers, let's take a quick look. Yeah, we don't need to clear either of these yet. All right, science-wise. Yeah, let's research clearing. Well, no, let's do ground defense planning, because if we get attacked, if it happens to be a very hostile race that we've encountered, having defense armies able to do more damage seems like that's the reasonable defensive choice to make right now that we've actually encountered an alien race. Weiston needs some additional housing, and I want to do it in a way that will also provide me additional energy, because I've been running low on that fast. Colony ship has arrived in Jared and is making their way to Urubdar.
Special project.
Invisible Death. Our scientists have returned from the X-Men labs unscathed with footage collected from the facility's security cameras. It shows lab scientists bound and gagged as guerrilla soldiers pry open the weapon strongbox, but to their dismay, the box is empty. Only minutes later, the rebels can be seen writhing on the floor in intense agony, dark patches swelling across their bodies. Then their skin rips and a gray, unidentifiable matter spills out. The matter continues to expand, swirling hypnotically around them, until one of the scientists activates the emergency system. Sprinklers douse the room in liquid, and an electrical surge passes through it, executing all living things. Here the footage ends. Our crew can confirm that the strongbox was indeed empty. So, this will give us a research option called Super Solid Materials and 30% progress toward it. Now, because I've finished that, I'm going to have that particular researcher continue. Well, they can actually do archaeological research, but there's no... I currently don't have any other archaeological sites in my territory. There's one on Efal. Okay. Let's just keep going for a bit. And then I guess we'll send the science ship on automatic exploration, because we do need to figure out what's going on over here.
Construction complete.
All right, perfect. We're going to send you to Meneth. And hopefully this ship that's currently surveying the system will be done soon, and we can add Meneth to our territory as well, because we have enough alloys and influence to do that right now. Starting to get a bit of momentum. All right, so this starbase is being built already. I can probably colonize a planet here, can't I? Yeah, that colony ship on the way there. Yeah, Alcade 3. So this is going to be a little bit obnoxious, but I'm going to go ahead and deal with it. We'll call it S-Crick. There we go. 11 Bank does have room for an additional building here. Former Baal colony, the Baal colony, the Baron, holy crap. Despite the promise of riches suggested in the ancient Gruner data crystals recovered from Zorn, Uscoria 3 is a dry, barren world void of atmosphere. Fortunately, geological scans have revealed a near-endless trove of fossilized remains deep in the planet's sedimentary record. Among them is a plantoid species most likely to have been the Baal, as it is the only one identified in possession of the neurological structures required for sapiens. A targeted excavation should uncover more information. Intriguing. All right, so there is now, as I expected, an archaeological dig available on that site. There it is. So I'm going to go ahead and send you there to excavate the site, because that is literally a scientist that is geared for that type of exploration. It appears that the so-called Omicron aliens are part of a previously unknown spacefaring civilization. Although we have been unable to discover which sector of space they hail from, it is clear from their behavior that an alien intelligence is at work. One of their ships has been systematically scanning our systems, apparently in an effort to find out more about us. We are taking every precaution to prevent them from finding out any sensitive information. Nothing to be concerned about, surely. Yeah, everything's fine. Totally fine. So now we have some information on our situation log with regard to the precursors. That's good. The Omicron aliens are being investigated, slowly but surely. This debris in Sirbin is also being investigated. So what's the library? Is that what's down here in Efal? Yep. All right, so that's probably going to be a precursor location for us to bring into our territory as soon as possible. All right, we need to get these mining stations built yesterday. Let's get Nuprin so that we have the energy first. And then we'll have that one there. Perfect.
Growing colony lattice.
Okay, we can go ahead and add some territory to move us toward Efal. Actually, one system away from Efal, so that's good. I didn't realize we were that close. 11 Bank.
Geology charted.
Yeah, let's do an additional hive district here. It's time. Past time, in fact. Let's get that done. That was our first colony. We need to give them more buildings to live in. Seems like a reasonable thing to do. We've analyzed the debris on Sirbin, mining drone lasers plus 10% progress, ion thrusters plus 10% progress, and we got some physics and engineering research as a result. Nice. Research speed has just been increased. Ooh, we can give ourselves another research alternative. Recall that we already have an additional research alternative every single time we can make one of these choices because of our settings as a species. Planetary FTL inhibitors and starbase FTL inhibitors seems like it might be a good idea for a first contact situation. I am going to go for the physics research boost first, though. A little bit risky, but I'd rather have all future research going a little bit faster now that we know we've got an alien race knocking on our door. Naval capacity plus 30? Yes. I need more of that as soon as possible. Also, we do now have the ability to build destroyers, so let's go ahead and set up these roles. We want a gunship class destroyer first. We're going to call this the Winnowed Destiny. And then let's also build a screen class. So, well, no. Let's do an artillery class destroyer. Okay. And that'll be the Massive Moat. That's very, very aptly named. Thank you, AutoName. We'll add an additional destroyer. And this will be a Brawler class. Oh, wait, didn't rename it. Lodged Clarity. Okay. We'll delete the one we didn't rename. Okay, and then one thing I'm noticing is that we don't actually have thrusters on some of our more basic ships. So let's make sure that we've... Oh, a ship is currently being built. Really? Where? Oh, they're literally being upgraded right now. Okay, well, stop for a second. Okay. Now what I can do is I can add these to the existing blueprints. This wouldn't have been done automatically, but the game's new blueprints that it just made for me for those destroyers are, in fact, being given the afterburners by default. So I've just added those to my existing blueprints. Let's make sure those saved. Yes, they did. And now we can reinstate the order to get that done. All right, cool. Let's build a starbase in Meneth. It does seem like we're going to be able to lock down Meneth. That's good news. I was really worried about that. And it also seems that we're at the 25-minute mark for this episode. So I'm going to go ahead and pause and stop here. In the next one, we are going to continue the first contact process with that alien race, the Mem aliens, or the Omicron aliens that we've encountered. And also, we are going to investigate these 2 archaeological sites that we've uncovered to see what more we can learn about the Grunur, while also continuing our bid to lock down the territory in these clusters. And we're about halfway there here. We're certainly, I mean, we're entirely there with this cluster. We just need to actually add it to our territory because that's additional energy, research, and a little bit of mineral income too that we can lock down, and a system that we haven't even fully explored yet. This miasma, of course, this nebula will grant us additional minerals when we start mining it. So there's a lot to tap into, even in just the territory we already have within our borders and that we've already discovered but not locked down yet. So the game has just been incredibly generous. I made a joke in the comments not long ago that this seems a lot like it seems a lot like the Nomad run in the Long Dark that I brought the channel back with, and it's the same kind of vibe. The game's being very generous, but as I've also joked several times, Stellaris is perfectly capable of making the shoe drop. And for those of you wondering, this is not a difficulty setting thing. I mentioned keeping the game on Ensign difficulty for this run. This is not because of that. It's not giving me a bunch of things because of the Ensign difficulty. This is an unusual blessing from RN Jesus that is, again, I'm waiting for something to go horribly wrong. So at some point, we'll see where that happens. But for now, we'll stop this one here and continue in the next one. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed this one, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to follow along. If it's not your first time or even your second, look for the join button to access unique emotes, badges, and other perks. New episodes are coming out every day at 3 p.m. U.S. Eastern Time. Comments are always welcome. Let me know what you think, and I'll see you next time.